Hello, and welcome back. We're going to continue talking about the process of meiosis, okay? And remember, with meiosis, the point of meiosis is to take a cell from being diploid to haploid, okay? So what we want to do is we want to generate a haploid cell, okay? And in terms of that process, if we draw a cell here, we've got 46 chromosomes, okay? This is our cell at the start of meiosis, okay? So it's going to be 2N. Those chromosomes are going to undergo DNA replication. Just like we do with mitosis, okay? But what's going to happen then, we're going to have an extra set of cell divisions that happen in there, okay? Meiosis 1 is actually where we go from being diploid to haploid, okay? So the cells are going to divide. And now instead of having 46 pairs, we're going to have 23, okay? So the first meiotic division actually generates our haploid cell. But what we have, because we had the DNA replicate, we've actually got extra DNA there. So we need another set of divisions. So those two cells are going to divide again. In meiosis 2. And it's going to be that second meiotic division that's going to generate our gametes. Okay? These are going to be the functional cells that will give rise to offspring. Okay? And the gametes, remember, we had egg, and I'll use blue for sperm. Okay? So when we're talking about gametes, we're talking about generating either an egg or a sperm, depending on the gender of the individual where this is occurring. Okay? So those gametes are going to be generated in specific tissues. In the case of the egg cell, that's going to be the ovary in females. In the males, that's going to be the testes, okay? That's the only place in the body where meiosis is going to be happening, all right? And with meiosis, okay, you're going to have some things that are going to be similar to mitosis. You're going to have some things that are going to be a little bit different, okay? So with meiosis, we're going to have a prophase, a prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Okay? And this is going to be the first set of divisions. So when we're talking about the first meiotic division, going from diploid to haploid, we label that as stage 1. So that'd be prophase 1, prometaphase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to proceed to meiosis 2, okay? Now there's no DNA replication that happens in between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, okay? Prior to meiosis 1 happening, we do have to have DNA replication happen, okay? That's going to be important. Meiosis 2 then, we're going to have the same steps. I'm going to abbreviate this prometa. You know that means prometaphase. metaphase to anaphase to telophase 2. Okay? So at the end of meiosis 1, okay, we're going to have 2 cells. By the end of meiosis 2, we're going to have 4 cells. Okay? So that's another difference that you've got compared to mitosis. With mitosis, when you undergo that cell division, 1 cell becomes 2 cells. In the case of meiosis, that 1 cell is ultimately going to become 4 different cells. Okay? And there's going to be some differences that are going to happen with cell division in meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 that are going to be a little bit different. Okay? Anaphase 1, what you're separating in anaphase 1 now are not the sister chromatids. You are going to separate homologous pairs. And that's what leads to that first meiotic division being the division that creates the haploid cell. Okay? So that first meiotic division where we've got something that's different, okay, as compared to mitosis, because with mitosis, when we undergo that separation at anaphase, we're separating sister chromatids. Anaphase 1, we're separating homologous pairs, okay? It'll be anaphase 2 where we're going to separate those sister chromatids. I can write that in. I think we'll make it chromatid. Okay? So that's a difference. Okay? You're still going to have cytokinesis that happens here. I didn't put it in the list, but after telophase 1, those cells will undergo cytokinesis to give you your 2 cells. Those 2 cells then go through the process again, prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and another cytokinesis to generate the gametes, to generate the egg and the sperm. Okay? So when we're talking about that division, I talked about in a previous video, I think, about meiosis being a reductional division. Okay? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about going from diploid to haploid. Okay? So keep that in mind, all right? I've got the next video, I'm going to kind of show you what happens, how the homologous pairs separate versus the sister chromatids in anaphase. And then I've got some other videos for you to watch that kind of show those cell divisions in an animation, because I think that comes across better than what I can draw on the board. But I am going to draw the separation of the homologous pairs in anaphase and the sister chromatids in meiosis 2. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.